What's up, y'all? It's your boy Riff Raff the Great, CEO, producer at Westworld Entertainment, and welcome back to another episode of Music Mondays. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to get rolling hi-hats without doing all the complicated stuff that you see on YouTube, the other videos, where you got to add like 9 RPGs and 7 Thors and all of that. This right here is real simple. You don't need none of that. All you need is whatever instrument you're using for your hi-hats, whether it's the redrum, whether it's the Kong, whether it's the NNXT. I use the NNXT because it's easier to have more control over like my drum samples, claps, and hi-hats, snares, or whatever. So without further ado, let's get to it. As you can see right here on my my red MIDI track, I have my hi-hats laid out. They're just basic hi-hats. So reason to have this feature to where you can time stretch audio and MIDI. Now you probably can do this in other programs like Pro Tools. I don't know if you can do it in FL Studio. I'm quite sure you can. You can do it in FL Studio. But this is gonna save you a whole lot of time. And let me stop talking, man, and just get right into it. Okay, as you can see here, I have like a 4-bar loop, and I just have some basic hi-hats going on. So let me just play the hi-hats with the little beat I was working on. Now, as you can hear, my hi-hats are pretty basic. Now, this feature that Reason have, the time stretch feature, where you can do it with audio and MIDI. This is how I'm gonna create my my hi-hat rolls. So, what I'm gonna do here is, first thing you want to do, you want to set your grid to 16 scale. I know a lot of people probably do it on bar, and you won't be able to go in and really cut and stretch because all it's gonna do is snap to the bar. So I'm gonna set my grid to 16. You can set it to 32. And if you scroll in more, you can see you get more lines with 32. So it gives you more options for snare rolls depending on the type of music you're doing. If you do 64, as you scroll in, you see the lines. You know, you get more and more lines as you zoom in. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to do have my grid on the 16. Now I'm trying to think of a variation I'm going to go with my hi-hat. So let me play one more time. Okay, I pretty much now what you're going to do is you can highlight the MIDI clip, and if you're on a Mac, you hold down Option. If you're on a PC, it's Control. So, and I'm working on a Mac, so I'm gonna hold down the Option. And if you go in front of, when you highlight it, it's gonna give you 2 arrows. With these arrows, you can chop the file, the MIDI file. So if I do it like this, as you can see, it just cuts the MIDI. It doesn't stretch it or shorten it. So I'm just going to stretch it back out. Now if I hold Option, if you can see, it gives you a little clock right there. That little clock is time stretch, is your time stretch symbol. So if you go to the beginning of the arrow or the ending, if you go to the beginning or the end while holding down Option on the Mac, Control on the PC, you get the little clock. That means you can stretch the audio out and shorten it. So what I'm going to do is on this one, I'm going to shorten it here. Now what it doesn't change the tempo of the of my MIDI file for my hi-hats or anything. All I did was just shorten the MIDI clip. Shorten the MIDI clip, and then I can just hold down Option again to duplicate, drag, let go, and then let go of Option. Or if you want to copy it, hold down and then Command C and then Command V to paste it. Same on a PC, I think it's Control C or Alt-C. I'm not sure. I haven't been on a PC in a while, but let me see what I got so far. Now, as you can see, it took the whole clip, and then I just shortened it and created a shorter variation. So now let me play this back again. Now on this right here, I'm gonna cut this in half. I'm gonna cut this clip in half because on the beginning of this clip, I want this to go a little more faster. So once again, I'm gonna highlight the clip, hold down my Option key, Control if you're on a PC, Option if you're on a Mac, and then I'm gonna shorten this clip. But when I'm gonna shorten this clip is down to the first grid, and then I'm gonna hit Command C and then Command V to paste it out. So now when I play it, it's gonna do like this. Now I like that. I mean, it's pretty basic, especially for this type of beat. But I'm just doing this for the sake of the tutorial, so you can know how to do it. And once you know how to do it, you can go in and add your own variations or everything what you want to do. Now on this one, I want to get a triplet roll. So I'm gonna hold down Option on the Mac, Control on the PC, and I'm gonna drag it. I'm gonna drag this clip out to about right here and see what that sounds like to like get the desired sound I'm looking for. Now for that, I can use that in another part if I decide to add more variations, but for the sake of the tutorial, it was going kind of slow for me. So if I put it here and see what that sounds like. That's what I'm looking for. And then I'm gonna add that at the end. And then the reason why I left this little space in between there, because I can cut out a portion of either one of these clips and just fit it right there. So if I wanted a portion of this clip, I can just cut it inside the grid, 2 grid bars, hold down Option, click and drag, release on my mouse, and then fill that in. And then let's see what it sounds like. Let me see, now I'm gonna get a little bit creative and see what it sounds like if I make this faster, and then duplicate it. Just go a little bit faster on this one right here. Bring it in here. Duplicate it here, and then without holding down the Option key, I just click on the end of this clip and just drag it in. I know that was basic, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just showing you guys a faster way how to do it without having to go in and do this. Go in and then manually set your grid to however you want it, and go ahead and just start writing them in. It takes a long time, but if you want to like really get into it and really get technical, and you want your your hi-hats to go a little faster, you can go into the 32 grid mode, and with my razor tool on this third one right here, I'm just going to cut this one out right here. I'm just going to cut that out and hold down my option, and I'm just going to stretch that out like that. Hold down my hit Command C, and then paste that. Let's see what that sounds like. So if you go in and change the grid, you can actually go in and get a little more technical, and you don't have to do a lot of drawing in. And that's only loop for 4 bars. So if you're good with that, you can highlight all the clips and hit Command J, Control J on a PC, and then render all the clips together. And if you double click on it, and there you have it, and it'll look like just as if you went in and drew them in. So and that's the easiest way, instead of adding all the effect modules and having this trigger this and having this trigger that. I mean, this is probably the fastest way you can go about it and then get on with your workflow, instead of having to route a whole bunch of instruments together and all that. So I hope this tip was helpful for you. If it was, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on Music Monday. Peace.